Hey, everybody. It is your girl, Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Ava Cherie, the Inspire. And it is Wake Up Wednesday. What's happening? So I'm going to include a quote I did today to affirm and give myself the okay to revamp how I love myself and how I allow others to love on me in my new boundary set space, as well as what they bring to the table in regards to the fruit of the Spirit. If I bring things of the fruit of God's Spirit to the table to feast on so that we can become nourished in our communion and fellowship with one another, I'm not going to disregard or ignore what someone chooses or chooses not to bring to the table, to the feast. I'm looking for and I'm requiring in this season to be heavily nourished because I love hard with agape love. And it's just in me, selflessly. I couldn't change it. I couldn't restructure it, revamp it. I can't do nothing about it, okay? I'm probably annoying, all right, in some regards to how much I pour and nourish and love people down. The difference is that I can make myself a priority to love on me just as much, if not more, without minimizing how much I love others. Because the love I give towards others is, like I said, in me, where the Holy Spirit dwells. That's endless. That's abundant. But it doesn't mean that everyone should partake or I should allow everyone to partake, nor does it mean that everyone is worthy. Now, you can give the most cordial, courteous, selfless servitude love to a stranger, to a dog, to a cat, to a wounded bird. That is the agape love that is showing concern and compassion, right? That's the bare minimum. But in a secret, sacred space, people you break bread with, people you allow in that intimacy of you guys growing and reciprocating the energy and bouncing it off, that safe space where you can be vulnerable and have so much room to grow together. You have to make sure that they're pulling up with the fruit of God's Spirit, because they would want to make sure that they nourish you with the fruit of God's Spirit to grow. So they would enable the environment to help you grow, not hinder you, not cause confusion, not cause chaos or questions, not them being questionable. And you have to always push your plate of God's servant to the side because there's a disruptor or a distraction or a manipulator or some type of confusion in the midst. Now, I don't see sitting at God's table with all those elements there. I'm 100% sure that's not at God's table. And as a believer, and as we profess and proclaim to be, we have to clean up sometimes the areas of our heart and our mind on how we think we are loving on ourselves. Because absolutely certain energies and familiar spirits draw to one another. So for me, that may mean tapping in and reminding myself who I am and whose I am. For you, that may be going to get a stylist or going to get your hair done or going to get your nails done. For me, my nails and my pedicure have to be done year round. Doesn't matter if my feet showing or not. It's something just for me that I've done for 30 plus years. It also means sometimes you might have to go back in your photo album in your phone or the electronic device and look at some videos where you thought you were up high, your energy was high, your goals were being met, you were excelling in everything that you were doing, and you just felt good, and the smiles weren't fake and fraudulent. You felt genuinely good about you. And remind yourself who you are. I have to do it. I have thousands of vlogs and videos. And sometimes I have to look back at that space and be like, girl, you better remember who you were. And sometimes the videos aren't that far back. It just feels that way because sometimes when we're in our glory, in our blessing season, in our favor, we forget what we prayed for. We forget how God blessed it. And we think it's so far behind us because of distractions and turmoil that comes up every day. Losing people, grief, loss, pain, all types of things, right? We forget that video or that smile or that loving, genuine spirit, that person that's not too far long ago. So as you go back, you need to tap into your now. So for me, I've traveled a lot of places in my life. Doesn't mean I've traveled to all places. And as a consequence, in this new single season, I'm going to travel the world. It may be another state, another adventure, another this, another that, but I'm going to travel in love. I'm going to experience this as I just focus on loving me and the things that I love to do. Now, I'm not being selfish because I'm a vibe when I'm with somebody. Anybody, anywhere I go, I'm taking the vibe of agape love with me. I'm taking the fruit of God's spirit with me, because if we're in that space where we're traveling, even if it's my grandkids or my older adult kids, if we're going to the safari, we're going in luxury, we're going in style, we're going to experience this thing so that we set the benchmark high for ourselves for the next time this tradition is carried on. They're going to know we started at a sprinter, so now we're going to go up. And it's not about the name of the car or the type of travels you do or the first class or coach. It's about what you deserve and when you're able to afford to do it. And wherever we are on the financial spectrum, we still don't have to live an impoverished mind. I don't care if I got $5, $25. That, to me, I can make that be whatever I want in the top tier of 25. So what I'm saying is, if you have $50 to $100, doesn't mean you have to function at $15, $10 like you broke. However you choose to show yourself love and whatever you choose to do in that scope of your financial means, do it at the highest caliber. So if you don't have exactly what you need, look like you do. Put on your best face, fix your hair, put on a nice outfit. If it's casual, make it the sharpest casual outfit, make you the baddest, you know what, out here. If it's fancy, be the fanciest. Have everybody, when you walk out your door, saying, where you going? You going to the Oscars? You going to the red carpet? I don't care. That's how you carry yourself. Because you're entering into the room with the light of God of abundance. You're expecting to sit at the table, God's table. Don't minimize your outings. Don't minimize your means, because we're all going through the upsets and highs and lows of financial instabilities all the time. It's not always about finance. It's just not. You can find things and have some change left over and still show up like a rock star. Okay? So for me, I'm going to enjoy doing this myself. I'm going to enjoy meeting new people that share that agape, God's love and God's fruit of his spirit. I'm going to enjoy and welcome it. And when you're healing and when you're in a transition, I used to always be so rigid with myself and say, you got to wait to this green light and this green light. You have to be obedient to God. Doesn't mean I'm saying jump right back in there. I'm not doing that, because you need to heal yourself first. You're carrying baggage and dumping loads of poop on every relationship moving forward if you don't give yourself that time to self-love, self-heal, and build your self-esteem back up. What I'm saying is, I'm welcoming healthy conversations from the fruit of the spirit in other people. It's okay. And it tests your gangster with your boundaries. If you're going to believe the hype of what everybody say, they got a soothed voice, sultrous voice. If you're going to believe what they promising you, you got to start with promising you that love, because you won't be so beat and thirsty to engage a compliment or engage the soothed talkers or engage just anything that come your way. You got to do it for yourself. And then when you meet other people that are operating in the fruits of God's Spirit, it's a love language of few words and many actions. That's what you're looking for. That's how you'll know. Less talk, more action. So on this Wake Up Wednesday, I want you to invest in really revamping how you love yourself. What worked before, back in the day, is cool. Who we are today is hopefully a polished version of who we aspired to be back in the day. But then today requires a different shift in your mindset and you're loving yourself to replenish yourself to move forward. That's it. That's all. And I'm welcoming every part of it. And I'm welcoming the people that know that they are operating in the fruit of the Spirit, not starving other people, not pulling up to be takers, not pulling up to undernourish people, but pulling up because they're bringing something to the table themselves. And a lot of times that phrase is used as a means and the worldly things. I'm talking about pulling up to God's table. How would you pull up to God's table? Huh? All right. Until next time, this is your girl, Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Ava Sharif, the Inspire. God's love to you. Take care.